Hey, everybody. This isn't where you were expecting to see me the next time you saw me, but I happened to be in the studio tonight and I hadn't had a chance to get any announcements out about what's going on in my world and my new trip this spring. So let's cut right to the chase. Let's not bury the headline, as they say. I'm heading for the PCT this year. I'm only going to do a lash. It's only going to be a 600-mile hike. I'm only going to go from Campo up to Tehachapi. By the graces of a lot of hard work since the last time you saw me, my cardiologist agreeing to go along with it, and my darling wife agreeing to let me go out there and try and kill myself again. So, yeah, we're back. We've been doing a lot of work. On a serious note, some of you don't know what happened to me last time. I don't know that all of you ever got the final story. What ended up happening was the last time you saw me on trail, I was coming out of Hawk Mountain Shelter into the Blairsville Hospital in Suchez, Georgia. They couldn't determine what was wrong with me. Even to that point, I honestly believed it was my asthma. For all the people who reached out to me about my asthma and triggers and everything, thank you. I already knew a lot of it. I was just ignoring it because I wanted to get out on trail. I learned a valuable lesson there. But when we got home, I took the information that the Blairsville Hospital gave me, which, by the way, those people were amazing. If you're ever in that area, near Suchez, Georgia, near the Hawk Mountain Shelter, or anywhere, say, within 20 or 30 miles of there, that's the local hospital that you end up in if you need to come off trail. Great service. I can't say enough about them. Absolutely wonderful doctors, wonderful people. They spent 9 hours working on me and did not see what was wrong with me. It was the middle of the night. It was the night shift. Maybe they're a smaller town and didn't have all the gear that my doctors here in my home city and state have. But I got home with the information that they were able to give me. My doctor was able to access all of the information from all their tests at their hospital site. And my cardiologist looked at me and said, "Did you know you had a heart attack?" And I went, "Nah, you got the wrong records." And he went, "No." And he goes, "Here, let me show you where it happened." And yeah, that's what happened, folks. I walked myself into a walking heart attack, did not know what was wrong with me. I was still on my feet, but I just couldn't breathe. So with that, a regime of exercise, a regime of diet, and a lot of heavy monitoring by my cardiologist and my darling wife, I went back out into training as soon as they released me. I got to spend all of this last summer doing a lot of heavy hiking. I was asked to do one thing. I was asked to stay off the uphill grades. And by way of uphill grade, that's a 2,000-foot climb on my ski slope here. My doctor asked me to stay away from that, and I did. But he has since released me, and he has allowed me to go back to the PUDs or the roller coasters with some thinking as I'm hiking. Yeah, not something I did last time. I was just so anxious to be out there, and I was just so happy to be out on trail. I can still remember the feeling, looking up at the sky and looking at the mountains around me. It was just amazing, and it's addicting. Anyways, I am going back out. I am going on the PCT. My cardiologist has asked me to avoid the ups and downs for this year of the AT. So I'm going to run, I should say I'm going to walk, the Pacific Crest Trail from Campo to Tehachapi. It's not flat, but it's not also PUDs and roller coasters. Most of the inclines there are switchbacks. The Pacific Crest Trail, for most of you who don't know, that was designed for horse and muleback travel from Mexico to Canada. And for those of you who do know about that, you understand who CLEAF is. CLEAF is an organization and a place at the beginning of the southern terminus, about a half a mile from the monument. CLEAF is an acronym for an equestrian area. And people marshal their horses and their mules and their donkeys and whatnot there before they go out on trail, and the hikers camp out. And there's a wonderful facility there that CLEAF allows us to get near when the weather turns bad. But I digress. Mid-May, I'm going to be taking off. I've already got my airline tickets. I've already got my shuttle reservations. I've already got my jump from the airport in San Diego out on the electric bus out to Old Town, and then the Old Town shuttle Transportation's already arranged, and our stops at REI for some fuel, at a food store for last-minute food. Probably I'll probably just pick up something to eat that night, but I'll be fully packed. And then straight into Cleef. It's about a 2-hour ride from San Diego Airport down into Cleef, down into the monument, down to Campo. I plan on spending the night there, and on the morning, I plan on launching. I have my PCT permit. I have my fire permit. For those of you who haven't looked into the fire permit, by the way, they are requiring a fire permit in writing in your pocket or on your phone. You need to have that. Okay. That's about it. The gear is going to be about the same. There isn't going to be a lot of winter gear. My gear pack is going to be down, but I will do a gear list because it's going to change significantly from a February launch on the AT in 20-degree wind or 20-degree weather at 50-mile-an-hour winds that I'm going to be going out now. Probably I'll be in the high 90s, the low 100s, crossing the desert up into the Sierra, the pre-Sierra Nevada mountain range. It's a 600-mile hike. I'm going to be crossing a lot of different territories. A lot of you have probably seen the areas out there. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm following Dono Soar out there right now, and Feet for Brains. Shout out to those two guys that are out there ahead of me, and they're feeding me a lot of information. By the way, if you're thinking about heading out to the PCT, there's a new app called the PCT Closures that's available at the App Store, and you absolutely do need it. There's a new closure at mile 560 or 556, I believe it is. And it's about a 6-mile closure, but it takes about a 30-mile detour, okay? So it's called the Bridge Fire. You want to look it up. Like I say, it's in the 500-mile, about the 556-mile mark. But that's where I'm at, folks, and I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to tell you that I'm going back out. I hope some of you are still out there. I know I was gone for a while, and I apologize, but there were a lot of things to do. And by the way, you're sitting in my studio right now. I do have a new venture. Where is it? Right there. It's up there on the wall, right over there. Unscripted political discourse. I decided to get into the political foray, given the current political situation. But I digress. I'm going back out, and I'm super excited about it. Pat, if you hear this, if you see it, hello. I hear you're out with Big Willie out on the trail. Big Willie's, by the way, for those of you who don't know, Big Willie has gone back out on trail, and he's... I believe it's in Tennessee, but he's taking a short hop home to see his son off to the military. Pat, typical, is with him. And if I'm not mistaken, I got a feeling Vegas is out there someplace too. Vegas is always around. But those three guys, hey, shout outs to you. I appreciate it. Folks, I will get back to you with more. I'll do a real gear. I'll do a real outdoor hike with you. My summers have been spent on 10.5-mile hikes on a rather daily basis, carrying almost a full pack in heat, sunshine, cold, rain, whatever it took. So, yeah, we got rid of the 1- and 2-mile hikes. We're doing 10.5 miles at a tilt. I'm hoping to make 15-mile daily averages on the PCT, but we'll start out nice and easy and then just enjoy our time. With that, folks, thank you for stopping by. I hope everybody gets to follow me this year. There's going to be a lot of recording, a lot of video. I have a lot of big plans for this coming spring. So, anyways, good night to you all, and thank you for being here. I truly appreciate it. Good night.